Welcome to the Regina Queen Show. Here I have with me Roland Brown. Roland Brown is here to share his story to help prevent gun violence. Roland Brown was shot in the head in Macon, Georgia, in September the 3rd, 2021. Roland Brown's story is bullets to blessings.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Roland Brown, for being here with me.
Yes, ma'am. My pleasure.
Yes.
Yes.
Share your story.
Yes, ma'am. September the 3rd, 2021, I was sitting in my car and a bullet came through the window and hit me in the side of my head. I never did lose consciousness until I got to the hospital, and my wife was there, and I told her, I said I didn't think I was gonna make it. And next thing you know, I went out and I went into a coma. I was on life support. They had to remove part of my skull, but the rest is history. She prayed for 3 weeks. And right when it got to the moment of her making a decision on my life, I woke up. Yes, ma'am.
Wow, that's a blessing. So, Roland, can you go into details of what happened when you were shot? Like, what happened that day?
Well, like I said, I was sitting in the car and I heard the shot at first. And then next thing you know, I felt it. And then I turned my head to the right and I saw a figure with some look like some blue infrared beams or something like that. And I just jumped out the car and fell on the ground. And the guy never did come around the car. And I was out there on the ground by myself bleeding out. And next thing you know, I heard the sirens. Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who did it to you?
No, ma'am, not right off. There have been some speculations on who it could have been, but it's still not a definite answer to it yet. Yes, ma'am.
Were you alone when you got shot?
Yes, I was alone. Yes, I was by myself.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Just sitting in the car.
Just sitting in the car minding your own business.
Just sitting in the car minding my own business. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Incredible.
See how life can just switch on you with the blink of an eye?
With the blinking of an eye, you're correct. And it was a challenging experience. It's still challenging, but you know, after I woke up, I had to learn how to do everything all over again. And
Before
like
you
I said,
go, before you go into detail of the critical of coming out of the trauma,
uh-huh.
before you go into detail of coming out, I want to ask you, the day you got shot in the head, can you share with us what you felt? Did you feel pain? Did you feel numb? Did you see like stars going around? Just give us a description of what you felt, because some of us, I don't know if you know that I'm a mom, of
Yes,
gun violence. I lost my son to gun violence.
my
We have,
condolences.
yeah, we have, thank you so much. We have
Yes,
mothers here on my platform who has lost a child to gun violence. And
yes.
we all wonder, what did our child feel when they were shot? Did they feel pain or did they die instantly? We want to know something. Can you just share with us what you experienced so it can give others an idea of what our child could have felt, just to, feel a part of that?
Wow, that's a good question. From my experience and my condolences to everyone that has lost someone to gun violence and family being affected by gun violence. But from my experience, when I first felt the shot, and I fell out the car and I was on the ground. I never felt that type of fear before. It was more of like wanting to give in, to make the pain go away. But at the same time, in my situation, I never did lose brain consciousness, brain activity. So I was able to honestly be on the ground and wasn't nobody out there but me and God. And I was able to talk to him. In other words, my spirit man instantly kicked in and I was tapping on the ground, trying not to lose consciousness. And that fear is ungodly fear. Oh my God. It is something that I wouldn't wish on anyone. And it is real scary. And the thing about it, I had to ask, I just keeping it real. I was like, God, whatever your will, let your will be done. And and I'm a grown man, and that right there is the worst fear that I ever felt in my life. Yes, ma'am. It's a,
Wow.
it's a, it's an ungodly fear. It's a fear that I can't even describe. I mean, because from my experience, I felt the end.
Mhm.
I felt the end. And it's just by the grace of God that I'm here today. That's it. Ain't nobody but God. And I'm not better than anyone. He just gave me a second chance. And my thing is, my job now is to take advantage of that and help out and speak as much as I can. That's it. Yes, ma'am.
Roland, when you say you felt after being shot, you felt the end, what do you mean by you felt the end?
That this is it. This is it, dude. And I'm like, not tonight, you know, and that anxiety, in that situation, you don't think about picking up no phone, making no posts. And that night, it was nobody out there but me and God. That's just the honest God truth. And and the only time that the fear that I experienced eased up on me is when I heard the ambulance. When I heard the sirens, it eased up a little bit. But at the end of the day, I still was scared because there was blood everywhere. And then just seeing my wife there and telling her I didn't think I was gonna make it, to going out, them having to have to remove part of my skull to ease the pressure on my brain, to being in a coma for 3 weeks. And to be honest, she prayed, and when it got to the point of her having to have to make the decision of taking me off of life support, I woke up. Yeah, I woke up. Wow.
The ambulance took you to the hospital.
Yes,
You went to surgery. You went into surgery.
yes,
They had to make a decision.
yes,
And they asked your wife, what decision does she want to make to take you off of life support?
yes,
You came back.
yes.
Wow, that's a blessing. Can you share what it was like when you came back?
She always came to see me when she had a chance, when I was and she was just sitting to my left, and I woke up and I turned my head to my left and told her, hey, and it started from there to me going to rehab and learning everything to where I'm at today. Yes, ma'am.
Roland, do you have any idea of what happened? Like what could have happened, or what could have been a motive for someone to just come and shoot you, in the head like that? You just sitting in your car. Was there any type of uh argument before? Did you have argument with anybody or
There wasn't no argument,
conversation?
wasn't no shooting on my end from me. Um, at that point in time in our city, that was the trend at the time, shooting in cars,
Mhm.
people getting shot in cars. And I think the year that I got shot, I think it was close to like 70 people that got shot, well, that got killed by gun violence. But at that time, a lot of people were getting shot in cars, and it just happened. It happened to me. Yes, ma'am.
So you just innocent bystander, just there.
Basically, yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that they could have been shooting at somebody else and you was just, in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Um, no, ma'am. I don't think that it was like that. Um, I can't really say for a fact, but it to me is like a trying to put a puzzle together. When you finally get the pieces together, the picture will come to focus. So, but at the end of the day, I don't know why. It just happened, I guess. So, but maybe I had to go through that to get to where I'm at now in my life. So that's how I accept it. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I do believe things happen for a reason.
Right. Yes, ma'am. And that's the same thing I had to come to terms with myself about. And I'm just living with it. This is my life now, and I got to live the rest of my life like this. So I'm all for it. So yes, ma'am, I'm blessed.
Yes, you're blessed. Can you share the impact of the gunshot? Can you show us where you were
Yeah.
shot at?
Right side of my head, and it was behind my right ear. And
Wow.
they had to remove part of this. You can see the scar, and then put it back. That was to ease the pressure off the brain because the shell shattered the skull. It shattered the skull, and that was it. Yes, ma'am.
Can you share with us?
Ma'am.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Can you share with us what happened after you came out of surgery and what did you have to go through? Did you have to learn how to eat all over again, walk all over again?
Well, the first thing I had a trach in my throat. Um, I was suffering with vocal cord paralysis. Um, I had nerve damage, pinched nerves. It was my head used to feel like it was this big. I used to cry a lot. Um, and I still will at times, but um, the first time I had something to eat and drink that was solid, that was probably the best food that I ever had in my life. And everything just started coming back, you know, little by little, and then going through rehab and learning how to walk and doing exercises and having to have to box every morning and stuff just to get it back. And it worked. Yes, ma'am, it worked.
How long did it take for you to recover?
I got shot September the 3rd. I came home the day before Thanksgiving of the same year out of physical therapy. Yes, ma'am. Same year. So it wasn't really that long of a time. A lot happened in a short period of time, but it seemed like forever. But at the end of the day, everything worked out.
That's a blessing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes. And who was your biggest support when you encountered
Um,
this trauma?
my wife definitely. She was with me all the way, every step of the way, and I honor her for that. Then my family, her family, our church family, and everything worked out for the good. So I'm very happy with the support system that I have in my life. Yes, ma'am.
Great. Are you having any complications now due to the trauma?
Um, the knock on wood, no, ma'am, not right now. My neurosurgeon told me that my head was healed. Um, I'm able to walk now. I'm able to walk now. My voice has gotten stronger. Um, I don't have problems with the vocal cord paralysis anymore. So other than that, I'm about there. I'm about back. Yes, ma'am.
Great, that's great. How close did the bullet come to the brain?
That's a good question. That I don't know.
They didn't tell you yet.
But it hit me. It hit me in the head. It definitely hit me. But it just shattered. It shattered, and it was a semi-automatic weapon, meaning that they had to pull the trigger to fire it. So it wasn't no automatic weapon or no switch. It was a semi-automatic, and they pulled the trigger to fire, and somebody just took a shot. That's the way I look at it and hit me with it. So, but you live and you learn.
Yes,
Yes, man. You live and you learn.
have to be very mindful, of your surroundings, going out in public places in
Mm-hmm.
these days because gun violence, it does not discriminate. It doesn't matter where you are. You can be in elementary school. Our elementary school teachers are being shot and killed. Elementary students are being shot and killed around the world.
Yes,
Some
ma'am.
innocent people are being shot and killed by senseless gun violence.
Yes, ma'am.
Be
I
very,
agree.
very mindful and just stay prayed up because it can happen to anyone. I mean, you don't have to
Yes,
be a drug dealer, a gang member. You don't have to be that to be
right,
shot by a bullet. A bullet doesn't have a name on it.
right.
And just thank God
Welcome.
that you survived.
Yes, ma'am. Amen. It's a blessing.
Yes. So I see your hat. What does that stand for? And can you show it to us?
Oh, the hat says I won, and it's just an acronym for saying I want a second chance at life. And that's the message that I want to spread, that you can win too. It's just all about believing in yourself, believing in God, and staying out of that foolishness. And if I can just help one, I did enough. So I'm on a mission. So I won. Let's win together. That's what it's all about. Yes, ma'am.
Right. And Roland, after you encountered this trauma, you've been hit by gun violence, what are your endeavors now? What do you plan on, now? Are you participating in any type of community events to raise awareness to prevent gun violence?
Well, that's what I'm out to do now. That's what I'm, planning, that I'm planning and trying to do right now. I have spoken to a football team, and I just want to spread the message. So I'm learning, and just trying to get on the right avenues to get the word out. That's it.
That's good. That's good. And what about your wife? Is she participating with you to, you know,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, yes, ma'am. She's participating with me. She's more like the background, but she's there. Yes, ma'am.
There, that's great. You have a wonderful wife.
Yes, ma'am. 22 years.
Yeah, congratulations. And it sounds like she's been by your side all the way through,
Yes, ma'am. She has.
been through this, especially through trauma.
Right.
Yes,
Real serious trauma.
yes, that was very serious because you came close to losing your life. And you
Ye-
stand here today to share your story.
Yes, ma'am. Very close.
Yes. So thank you, Roland, for sharing your story here on the Regina Queen Show. And I would like to ask you if there is any message that you would like to give, what would that message be?
The message will be to live your life, enjoy your life, and do your best not to take anything for granted because it could end in the blink of an eye. And do your best to keep God in your life and just live. Because Jesus said, I come so that you may have life and life more abundantly. So live. That's it. That's the advice I can give and win. That's it.
That's it.
Yes,
That's it.
ma'am.
Yeah. I love the hat
Thank
because
you.
you are representing your blessings.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's a
Thank you.
huge blessing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and us here, to all of our angel moms here or parents, whoever lost a loved one to gun violence, it is so painful for us.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
We really wish that our loved ones who has been struck by gun violence, been murdered by gun violence, we really wish that they would have survived the bullet as you did. To be able to stand here and share their story as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is a blessing. You are truly blessed.
Yes, ma'am.
You are truly
Thank you. God is good and God is able. I'm a living witness to that. And you guys ever need me, I'm here for you.
yes. Thank you so much.
You're
Really
welcome.
appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
And you continue to share your story, and just share the goodness, the blessings, the goodness of
Yes,
God,
ma'am.
what He can do, of what He
Yes, ma'am.
that is your purpose.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Yes. So we thank you everyone for being here with us to hear Roland Brown's story of how he survived gun violence and lived to share his story. So we would like to encourage everyone to please try and prevent gun violence and be very mindful of your surroundings, your circle, your company. Be very mindful and always protect yourself. We love you.
Love you too.
God bless you and your wife.
Yes,
And
ma'am. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Uh-huh.
We love you all.
All right, love you
Thank you for
too.
being with us on the Virginia Queen Show.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you, Miss Queen.
You're welcome. To God be
All
the
right.